You can't rid yourself of your heritage or your culture. But we have one day in the year where we celebrate Heritage Day. But every day is Heritage Day. Every day is a cultural day. But one day we celebrate, and that day is today. Today we are showing the world who we are and what we've become. We are showing the world that we come from the tragedy of apartheid. But look at us today. We are one nation under God. We are a melting pot of different cultures. We are a diverse nation. That's what today is about. And we are celebrating, most importantly, our heroes and heroines that laid their life down for the freedom that we are all enjoying today. So this freedom, it didn't come easy. People died for this freedom, and we should respect and honor and appreciate it.
Here in El Dorado Park, you just go and elect a councillor of drug lords, of a drug organization, of gangsters. The president of that organization says in the debate yesterday, Comrade Carl, he was debating with Mzwane Lemanyi. He says, the business of drugs, he thinks he's making a point, Dr. Ndlozi. The business of drugs has been taken over by Nigerians. I'm like, he wants us to take over the business of drugs. He doesn't say we must close down the drugs. His problem with the Nigerians is that they can no longer sell drugs as leaders of Patriotic Alliance. They want Nigerians to go so that they can sell the drugs.
Now, you know what? Let me be the first to admit there has been a disappropriate allocation of resources to the different provinces in order to promote heritage sites, in order to make sure that cultural identities are being reawakened. But I can assure you, under the GNU, that's going to change. You know, I'm here today because the president gave me my marching orders, my line of march. The marching orders he gave us as ministers is to do things better and differently. And we are going to do things differently. I, for instance, was told in no uncertain terms to say that resurrect the museums, resurrect the sites. You know, make sure that you fix the sites that are derelict. So that's my orders from President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa. And I have to follow the line of march.
Yeah. Following the...
That's what he said. He said, go and watch that debate. He said, the business of drugs has been taken over by Nigerians. You know, when you say the business of selling on the pavements has been taken by Zimbabweans, because we want them to go, we want to sell ourselves vegetables, fruits, and survive. I can listen to that. But you are not going to mobilize me that I must fight another drug lord to replace that drug lord with you as a drug lord. We are not fighting the drug lords. We are fighting the drugs. The drugs must get out of South Africa.
Now, you know, I must be the first to admit that I've seen the problems people are faced with here. But I'm also the first to tell you that it is business unusual under the GNU, the government of national unity. Rito bona change was gat verandering sien. Dintlo change. Rito bona dipetuo under the government of national unity. It's not going to be easy. We're not going to fix this in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. But people are going to see the efforts that's being put in. We are all being told that be resolute in changing the lives of our people. And that's what we are going to do in the government of national unity. Government of national unity Government of national unity Government of national unity is the future of change in this country. Lasting change. What we have achieved as the government of national unity. Government of national unity.
Look, I think the biggest irony around the question of EFF and mood is that too often people would like to brand the EFF as a populist organization. And now one of the characteristics of a populist organization is that it goes with the wave. When the people say we don't want foreigners, they go with foreigners. When the people say we love foreigners, they go with foreigners. When people say chase this one away, they go with it. So what demonstrates that the EFF is not a populist organization is that it's willing to stand on its principles even if they are not popular or favorable at the time. So we've got our founding manifesto, we've got our 7 non-negotiable pillars. We're trying to persuade South Africans to buy into that vision. We're not trying to go like what Gayton are doing, whatever is popular on Twitter, he can change government policy based on how many likes and retweets that he's getting. So I do agree with you that we've got policies that South Africans are not really gripping into understanding. Now, our responsibility is not to change the policy, but is to go out and try to explain it in a much better way, such that even the ordinary person, Elokishin, is able to understand this is what the EFF stands for. So It's ironic for me. Say EFF is populist and they say EFF is not doing what South
But that
Africa wants to
message is
do.
losing.
No, the private sector is being unfairly blamed. You can't give people money and they can't account for that money. You know, private sector are willing to play their part. I come from the private sector. I know what I'm talking about. You can't give people money and they are unwilling to account. We as government officials, we need to engage the private sector. I am restarting this.
Thank you very much, Mr. for your time.
Thank you, thank you.
You can go and enjoy yourself.